56 years ago, on April 22nd, 1970, 20 million people across the United States came together for the very first Earth Day. At that time, the damage to our environment was impossible to ignore. Rivers so polluted, they caught fire. Air so thick with smog that it wasn't safe to breathe. In a big way, Earth Day helped change that and kickstart the environmental movement. People paid attention. They came together and they demanded change. In the years that followed, we made real progress because people believed that this planet, our home, was worth protecting. Good morning. My name is Beth Curtis, Director of Lifespan Religious Education here at BBUUC. Earth Day has always been especially meaningful to me. My sense of faith is deeply rooted in the natural world, in the understanding that we are not separate from this planet, but a part of the interconnected web of life. And Earth Day is kind of like a holy day for me. I celebrate the birth of the earth. As a child, I remember participating in Earth Day through Girl Scouts, joining others across the country in caring for the land, picking up trash, and feeling that we were part of something bigger than ourselves. There was a sense of shared purpose and even joy. That feeling of connection, of belonging to a place and to one another, carries into our first piece of music this morning. We share a special song with you today, one that I learned as a child and have loved ever since. The Ash Grove is a traditional Welsh melody performed here by Hannah Fridenmaker. Though it mentions a love interest, it's really about a beloved place in nature. A grove is sometimes called a forest within a forest. In this case, it's a little community where only ash trees grow. A magical space where light filters silently through a canopy of leaves. In the song, the singer walks through the grove, remembering childhood friends, love, and loss. It's a place of memory, of comfort, a place where they feel most connected and most at home. As you listen, you might reflect on a place like that in your own life, your own little ash grove.
The ash grove, how graceful, how plainly 'tis speaking, the wind through it playing has language for me. Whenever the light through its branches is breaking, a host of kind faces is gazing on me. The friends of my childhood again are before me. Each step wakes a memory as freely I roam. With soft whispers laden, the leaves rustle o'er me. The ash grove, alone is my home. Down yonder green valley where streamlets meander, when twilight is fading, I pensively rove. Or at the bright noontide in solitude wander amid the dark shades of the lonely ash grove. 'Twas there while the blackbird was cheerfully singing, I first met that dear one, the joy of my heart. Around us for gladness the bluebells were ringing, but then little thought I how soon we should part. My lips smile no more, my heart loses its lightness, no dream of the future my spirit can cheer. I only can brood on the past and its brightness, the dear ones I long for again gather here. From every dark nook they press forward to meet me. I lift up my eyes to the broad leafy dome, and others are there looking downward to greet me. The ash grove again is my home.
I now invite the song leaders up for the congregation to rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth. We will sing all 4 verses. You may be seated. Today we'll be hearing a story in our Time for All Ages called Bud Finds Her Gift, written by Robin Wall Kimmerer, the author of Braiding Sweetgrass. There once was a child called Bud who was very good at noticing. She noticed the shape of clouds, the smell of cookies baking, and even where Daddy left his keys. And she noticed that everyone always had something important to do. That is, everyone but her. So she went to talk to Nokomis. Everyone is doing big, important things, Bud told her grandmother. I want to do something big and important too. Nokomis nodded. Come with me tomorrow morning, and we will do something very important indeed. At sunrise, Bud and Nokomis walked uphill to stand beside a tall tree. Raising her arms to the new light, Nokomis said, Good morning, morning. Thank you for the gifts of this day, birds and trees and dew and flowers. Thank you. Thank you for all the gifts we are given. Bud watched and waited. And then she asked, Will we be doing the important things soon? Nokomis laughed. This is the important thing. Taking time for noticing and saying thank you for all the gifts of the earth. Gifts, said Bud. I don't see any bags or boxes. These gifts don't come in bags or boxes. They come from the earth. Look here. Nokomis showed Bud a strawberry. It was so sweet. Is this one of the gifts, Nokomis? You are very good at noticing, my little Bud. Now notice more. Notice with your eyes and ears and fingers, and listen with your heart. Try it tomorrow and see what happens. The next morning, Bud stood by the same tall tree, noticing as hard as she could. Noticing with her eyes, she saw the colors of the sky. Noticing with her toes, she felt the dewy grass. With her ears, she heard a beautiful bird song. With her heart, she heard the birds sing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. I was given the gift of song, so I share it with you all morning long. Thank you, Robin, Bud said. Bud watched Robin pick up at a bit of shiny green moss. Listening with her heart, she heard the moss chant. Being green and soft is what I do best, so I share with the birds to help them make a warm nest. Thank you, Moss, said Bud. As Robin was eating strawberries, she saw the robin poop on the soil. The little pile of poop made Bud laugh, but she noticed it was full of strawberry seeds. She heard the poop trill. Even bird poop is a gift for the berries, for the special delivery of seeds that it carries. I'm pretty sure that's how poop sounds. Thank you, poop, she said, and then giggled again. Bud noticed the soil holding the seed. She noticed the seeds growing up to make leaves. She noticed caterpillars eating the leaves, butterflies pollinating flowers, flowers becoming berries, and mushrooms, turning everything back to soil. The more Bud noticed, the more thankful she became. Was it enough to say thank you? It was time to talk to Nokomis again. "Did you find the gifts?" Nokomis asked. "I saw birds and moss and butterflies," Bud said. "They each had a gift to share. Even bird poop planted seeds. I want to be a part of that too, to give a gift as well. But I can't make nests or leaves or berries. Nokomis, what is my gift?" Nokomis hugged her. "Don't think of the things you can't do. Notice instead what you can do. Those are your gifts, my dear." Bud thought about Nokomis's words. She began to notice herself. Bud noticed her arms and her legs. She noticed her voice. And suddenly, Bud began to sing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. She picked up her shovel. "I was given the gift of hands and knees, so I'll share them with all by planting more trees." Bud kept singing. "I was given the gift of my words to remind us to care for the bees and the birds. I was given the gift of my art, and I share it with you so we'll all do our part. I was given the gift of seeing, so I share it with people to watch out for all beings." "Well done, my little Bud," Nokomis said. "Now listen again with your heart. What do you hear?" Bud listened. It was as if everyone, including Robin, the moss, and even the little bird poop, was singing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. You will know that your gift is true when you hear the earth be thankful for you. This story reminds us that every person does indeed have a gift, and that those gifts often reveal themselves in relationship. In the natural world, nothing exists alone. The smallest seed, the quietest creature, the unseen fungi beneath our feet are all part of the web of giving and receiving. And perhaps that's part of our Earth Day invitation, not to ask, what can I do to fix everything, but rather, what is my gift, and how can I offer it to the planet I love? And 2 years ago, we asked just that question to our kiddos in RE. We asked the children to imagine a future for our planet. What steps could we each take to make our planet healthier for everyone? And fortunately, in the video that resulted, we have Mother Nature herself to help us out. I thought it would be fun to have an encore peek at that video today. Let's watch A Dream for Our Planet together and see what our kids had to teach us.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go, that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. And they charged the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go, that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, or leave me the birds and the bees. Please don't it always seem to go, that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go, that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. I said, don't it always seem to go, that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Our Congregational Vice President, Robert Clark, has agreed to light our chalice for us this morning. The chalice is a symbol of our faith. Like our faith, it is not magic, nor is it mysterious. We light it as a reminder of what we share as a community, a fire that represents a unity of spirit. Today's reading is by the eminently notable anthropologist, Dr. Jane Goodall. Only if we understand will we care. Only if we care will we help. Only if we help shall all be saved. Thank you, Robert. Please rise once again in body or spirit for the singing of the call to worship. The words are printed and upon the screen. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kris. I am your co-worship leader this morning. Welcome to the weekly services at Buckman Bridge Unitarian Universalist Church, often shortened to the acronym BBUUC. I want to take a moment to extend a very warm welcome to everyone here, and a special how do you do to everyone who's visiting us. You're welcome here no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background. You are welcome here to join us as we proclaim worth in our spiritual journey. You are welcome to join us as we sing songs that uplift our very beings. You are welcome to join us in community as we learn, live, and love together. All are welcome as we worship that which gives each of us meaning and value. Now, no matter what you call this building, this hour, this gathering of people, we worship as one body, illuminated by the light of the chalice, welcoming everyone. As we worship together, may we root ourselves in the value of this faith, interdependence and pluralism, justice and transformation, generosity and equity. A quick announcement. The board would appreciate your pledge forms. The QR code is located on the order of service on page 6. The Deadline is April 26th, and it's important that our Finance Committee has the information it needs to be able to present a budget at our annual meeting in May. If this is your first time here, we are so glad you found us. We hope you stay and enjoy the refreshments provided after the service. You are welcome to admire the art corner or visit the garden out back, and we hope you find easy conversation with our membership. If you would like to know more about Unitarian Universalism, we offer free classes to explore our faith. The welcome table at the entrance is a good place to start, and wearing a name tag helps us to get to know you. Please feel free to speak with any member about BBUUC. If they cannot answer your question, they can point you to someone who can. BBUUC is an autonomous, lay-led congregation and has maintained its membership dues with the Unitarian Universalist Association for more than 35 years. Unitarian Universalists work democratically to govern our separate congregations. On the back of your order of service lists how our association articulates the values we covenant to affirm and promote, with love as the power that holds the center together. Inside our order of service and on screen, you'll find the Congregational Covenant developed by our BBUUC community. Let us say it together. We covenant to with honesty, kindness, and respect, to value diversity, seek understanding of our differences, and practice gracious accountability with care, love, and empathy. We make these promises to those who are here and those yet to come, so that we may be a safe, welcoming, and beloved community of acceptance, learning, and transformation. BBUUC is so incredibly fortunate to have a pianist the caliber of Dr. Gary Smart. But did you know he is also a very talented composer? Inside of your order of service is the sheet music for a special Earth Day song written for us for Earth Day. Please rise and join in singing "We Belong to the Earth." Gary will play it through once before we begin. The words should be on screen as well. Here you go. That was beautiful, thank you. When we perceive the world as one in which there is enough, and we are enough to make the world work for everyone with no one left out, our money carries that energy and generates relationships and partnerships in which everyone feels able and valued, regardless of circumstance. This haven, this refuge, this place of worship and wonder exists because we make it so. With our contributions, the gifts of our time, our skills, our food, our love, our laughter, and our money. As today's offertory ushers, Bruce Crystal and Clay Townsend, come around to collect the offering, even if you only add your good energy, please pass the plate to your neighbor. And thank you for your generosity. The offertory will be followed by hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. Recently, in a conscious effort to avoid watching so much news, I've been seeking out educational programs, old BBC nature shows about sea creatures and birds, interesting plants and insects, lots of prehistory and David Attenborough type shows. I find them fascinating. It's incredible to see fossils of trilobites and dinosaurs, woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers. The archaeology presents Earth's timeline with evidence of epochs of life's existence. The Earth is very old, and her nature is both beautiful and brutal in life's pursuit of survival. Please take a deep breath with me now and relax as I read today's reflective reading from Stephen Charleston's Spirit Wheel Meditations from an Indigenous Elder titled, A Pool of Wonder. Come, sit with me beside a pool of wonder. take time to watch still water. See how deep your mind can go when you drop it like a stone into the hidden depths of the heart where even reason cannot follow. We will never know every answer. Our task is to be stewards of the mysteries of the Spirit, in awe of what we have yet to learn. Mystics beside the pool of living water, where shadows are as welcome as the sun. Please help me to welcome back to the pulpit BBUUC's Director of Lifespan Religious Education, Beth Curtis, with her sermon, Earth Day, Our Bright and Sacred Future.
Thank you, Kris. Rivers were catching fire. Smog and pollution were making the evening news. Humanity's harmful impact on the planet was impossible to ignore. After the nationwide outpouring for support of the first Earth Day in 1970, something remarkable happened. As a country, we didn't debate whether pollution was real. We didn't argue about whether something should be done. We acted. With bipartisan support and immense public popularity, the Environmental Protection Agency was created. Environmentalism was seen as a mainstream issue, one of common welfare. Laws were passed, unleaded gasoline was introduced, and over time we began to hear stories not of just damage, but of recovery. Rivers became cleaner and air became safer. As a child, I saw what it looked like when a society decided to respond. Was the response perfect? Absolutely not. But it was headed in the right direction. Around the same time, my father took me to MIT to see something really exciting. It was a trailer outfitted with photovoltaic solar panels and a solar hot water collection system. I remember standing there thinking, this is awesome. We're golden. We've got this. I did my 5th grade science project on solar energy. My mom made my birthday cake that year in the shape of a sun. And I wanted solar panels for our house. But it would be another 35 years before I actually got them. Around that time, President Jimmy Carter put solar panels on his house, well, the White House, and went on television and asked people to conserve, to turn down thermostats, to drive less, and albeit partially fueled by a gas shortage, people were listening. I knew we had the technology to start reducing our dependence on fossil fuels, and I felt a growing sense of response and responsibility. And that was over 50 years ago. So what I want to suggest this morning is this. In our taking action to combat the looming climate crisis, we are not facing an impossible future. We are standing at the beginning of transformation that we largely already know how to make. Now, it's all a little frightening because it will involve change, but it is also bold and exciting. When I think of what we have here on earth. I am humbled. In a universe filled with extremes, planets with toxic atmospheres, crushing pressures, violent storms, this planet is exquisitely and improbably suited for life. It is rare, it is magical, and it is in every sense sacred. And yet, over time, the early momentum of ecological correction slowed. Over time, our leaders, for the most part, and this is to put it nicely, allowed short-term economic priorities to outweigh long-term care for our planet. Those solar panels on the White House were promptly removed, EPA funding was slashed, Earth-friendly initiatives were abandoned to allow for industry-friendly and development-friendly deregulation. But something beyond that happened to everyday folks as well. We lost focus. Maybe we got comfortable with our consumerist industrial lifestyles and became averse to the frightening prospect of change. Our problems had shifted from visible rivers on fire to the invisible problem of rising CO2 levels, which made climate change feel like a future abstract problem. What's more, decades of misinformation transformed climate change into a partisan issue, leading to what was described as a spiral of silence about the issue. Of course, while we've delayed acting, things have gotten harder. And now that we know the enormity of the situation, we're a bit like deer in the headlights, or we ask ourselves, how is this little sacrifice of mine going to help? The Unitarian Universalist Ministry for Earth, or the UUMFE, recently had a common read of the book, What If We Get It Right, by Ayanna Elizabeth Johnson. I recommend the book. I found a line in that book that I keep coming back to, and I paraphrase. We are all climate deniers until we each examine our own lives and its effect on the environment and try to do something to mitigate that effect. That one landed hard on me. It was a reset, which is great because, quite frankly, I was feeling pretty discouraged about the pickle, the environmental pickle that our current administration has put us in. Now, I won't bemoan the pickle barrel because we read about it every day. We know that we are looking at rising seas, failing ecosystems, and changes that within our lifetimes will reshape where and how people can live. Already, most of the more unhealthy factors of our pro-industrial lifestyles, like industry, mining, and pollution, are tucked away from our view and our consciousness in communities with less financial and political clout. This causes unjust disparities in health conditions access to clean water, clean air, and general well-being. And beyond that, the people in our country and worldwide who will endure the most devastating effects of climate change are not the people driving it. Yet amidst the gloom of our current prospects, there are signs of progress. Just this spring, offshore wind farms started during the Biden administration came online, generating power for millions of households, millions. Local elections are shifting energy policy. Communities are organizing and legislating to protect their local environments. But the question remains, if we've had the tools for so long to start dismantling our reliance on fossil fuels, what will it take? We already know much of what needs to be changed. We need clean energy, clean transportation, rethink how we live and eat, clean up industry, and consume less. But that's a lot. We imagine that these changes will feel inconvenient. Some may feel like loss. And it's easy at this point, before we've even begun, to feel overwhelmed. But here's the thing. There was a time when people were asked to change their lives dramatically. Not gradually, not optionally, but all at once. And people did it together. During World War II, entire societies reorganized themselves in response to shared crisis. And several sources say what we'll need to halt climate change is indeed a World War II-style response. I grew up hearing stories about life during World War II. And what stuck with me most is that people didn't just endure the changes. They found meaning in them. They planted gardens, they rationed resources, they recycled, they conserved, they shared, they stepped up to the plate. When we are all in this together, it isn't sacrifice. It's care and duty and doing our part. What if this moment is asking something similar of us? Research shows that despite what you hear on the news, most people do care about climate change. And protecting the future for our children is the strongest reason people care. That may be the place where we can come together. In World War II, we came together for our boys and gals over there. Today, it will be for our children right here. And if we want to make that bold and just future for our kids, we are called to educate ourselves to make that happen. We need to know what to ask for of our rising politicians and leaders. We need to recognize progress and demand more of it, both locally and nationally. For example, when Kris and I were discussing the service, she wisely pointed out that Florida once was all wetlands, a unique biodiverse world in a temperate climate. Largely, in the last 100 years, we have drained, dammed, and paved over this unique habitat. But I learned something recently. Wetlands, like the ones that cover this entire state, absorb 3 to 4 times the carbon than forests do. And here I was saying, plant trees, when I should have been saying, restore the swamp. That actually would be a funny phrase to demand of Washington. And this kind of knowledge, this thing I learned, may impact how I devote my efforts, my contributions. Like Bud in our story, my gift. We know that people can learn, and we know that people can change. The Danish island of Samso won a 1997 national competition to become the model renewable energy community in that country. And the residents, mostly farmers, fishermen, small business owners, were like, what? We didn't ask for this. But a few bought into a windmill project, and it started turning profits. Word got out that this was pretty cool, and everyone else was missing out. As the residents saw the benefits, more was invested and implemented, and as the residents took ownership, something shifted. What began as resistance became pride and healthy competition and identity. Today, Samso is a global model of sustainability. Not because people were forced, but because they chose to become something new. We need to develop models of financial, personal, and communal investment. It's a lot easier to gain momentum for change when the payoffs, the advantageous outcomes are widely recognized. We'll never get the buy-in required for sweeping policy and political change until people see themselves as benefiting in these solutions. It's been a long time in coming, but the start in earnest will come. Our job right now is not only to push for that start, but to prepare for it. We need to have laid out, before crisis forces our hand, the shape of the systems that will guide our future, to make sure that they are fair and advantageous for all. Systems where benefits are shared by citizens and not just captured by shareholders. Systems where burdens are not placed once again on those with the least power in our society. Now, we've heard from our children this morning about their dreams for our planet. We recognize we've had many of the tools we need for decades, and we continue to build on them. Now is the time to advocate for our bright and sacred future. From Ayanna Johnson's book, I share these ideas. If we get it right, ecosystems begin to heal. The natural world is no longer a backdrop we push aside, but a partner woven back into the rhythm of our lives, guiding us and teaching us how to move forward. We farm sustainably. We grow food closer to the table. We eat better. We waste less. And we rediscover the taste of a planet that is nourished and not exhausted. Our power comes from the wind and the sun, and the benefits of renewable energy are made available to all. We stop burning what harms us, and the air clears. Our homes and communities use less, but give us far more. We trade the isolation of stuff for the abundance of connection. We build shared spaces, walkable communities, and solutions like green roofs that cool the earth but warm our spirits. And our children. Our children inherit a planet that is once again vibrant green and deep blue. They inherit a world that is balanced and alive. So this Earth Day, we are invited not into fear, but into participation, into building a future that is not only sustainable, but just, not only livable, but beautiful and sacred. A future where the places we love, the ash groves of our lives, still thrive. This is our home, and maybe we are finally becoming the people who know how to care for it. Thank you.
As the song leaders return to the dais, will you please rise once again, if willing and able, for the closing hymn, number 1064, Blue Boat Home. It's from the Teal Hymnal. The words will also be on screen. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Beth. Will Robert please return to extinguish the chalice? The benediction is a quote by the environmental activist David Suzuki. Go out into nature. Nature is not our enemy, it is our home. In fact, it sustains us and is in every one of us. All living things are our relatives and belong with us in the biosphere. Out of doors, we learn very quickly that there is another rhythm and a different agenda from the frenetic human pace and program. Feel the rain and the wind on your face. Smell the fragrance of soil and ocean. Gaze at the spectacle of the myriad stars in clear air or countless animals making their annual migration. Doing so will rekindle that sense of wonder and excitement we all had as children discovering the world, and will engender a feeling of peace and harmony at being in balance with the natural world that is our home. Until we come together again, I bid you peace, amen, and blessed be.